So, with the sun up and the hydrogen engine running and the wind turbines going, I have reduced it to 5 hours fully recharged for these batteries. I think I can do better. I think I'm generating more ice more quickly than I'm burning through with these hydrogen engines. Let's take a look. 20,000. They're at 10,000. They go through it pretty quick. Let's see these tanks. Anyway, folks, thanks for joining me again for Survival Records. I'm at 2.5%, 2.3, 2.3. Not surprised these oxygen tanks are all fully full. They fill up really fast. I'm going up about 1/100th. No. Yeah. Every few moments. I'm not going to be able to fill the tanks. I might not even be able to reliably mine enough ice to fill the tanks. I think I'm going to add another hydrogen engine or two, and well, if I add, let's add one more, then we will see about how fast the two engines consume electricity compared to, or rather, not electricity. I want to see how fast the two engines consume hydrogen and see if I'm producing a hydrogen at a rate equivalent to my production. So let me build another one of these hydrogen engines, and I'll bring you guys back when I've done all that figuring, all the math. I can totally see the value of having one set up on an ice lake or on an ice asteroid to have it, you know, just be automatic, don't have to worry about it, don't have to think about it, it just fills your tanks with hydrogen. But that being said, I mean, I am pretty good on ice at this point. 78,000. The H2O2 generators are pumping through it. Each one of those, I know, I gotta rename them. They're not just oxygen generators. And they're not H2O2, they're O2H2. Anyway, each of those supplies enough hydrogen to run a single hydrogen engine. The hydrogen engines are, you know, providing enough that these batteries are charging up. Oh, they're depleting right now because I have these guys on recharge mode, which actually they're fully recharged in 17 seconds, so that'll turn off in a moment. You know what? Let me just turn it off now. Put it back on auto. And look at that. They're back to recharging. So, yeah, I'm really wondering what I should be doing. Should I add an atmospheric engine here and now? I have a number of motors in my inventory here. Where's the components? Here we go. I got 3,000 motors. 3,500. That's enough to make, well, I mean, heck, that's enough to make 3 more atmospheric engines, atmospheric thrusters. Let me double check on that. If I could add enough atmospheric thrusters to this to be able to get it back to base, I can work on it there using the resources I have and everything I set up over there. But yeah, each of these motors is 1,100 motors, so I could do that. Use the motors that were part of the loot, add atmospheric motors to this. Maybe attached to there. And then like one in the middle. No, then I'd be in the way of these. Here, maybe? I'd be in the way of those. Well, let's see if I do that. Oop. Stop that. Okay.
Fuel critical.
Yeah. So if I were to attach a... Oh. Oh, that's interesting. Potentially right in there. Or maybe literally just like right there. Have it be so that there are 3 on either side, on either wing, deployment, nacelle, whatever you call these things. Oh, by the way, I found that ice I was telling you about earlier. This ice here, maybe I can give you a quick little demonstration. If I hit it once with this drill, that's 473 ice, right? Compare that to the snow, hitting it once with the drill. That's a little over 100 ice. So I'm getting almost 4 times as much out of that thick ice. So if I have to, I think what I'll do is use the pickup to drill out some of those ice patches and bring them up dock and dump them off. Anyway, that's my plan currently, so I'll bring you back when I am working on the next part. Special moment coming up here pretty soon, and hopefully I timed it properly so that you can all see as the lights come on. And I've got 25% of these batteries filled. Alright. That's why I'm doing this, to share these special little moments with y'all. Oh, that reminds... This reminds me, something I wanted to comment on. When I ground this down, right? And I rebuilt it. Now, if you do that with, like, a landing gear, it then counts as you having built the landing gear. For some reason,
full.
Doing that with this, with the gravity generator, it doesn't work. It's it like, I'll show you here. Steel plates. All right, let's make those. That's. Do I have the computers yet? Some of the computers. What's it working on first? Here, work on the computers. I want to show my viewers, my friends, my people who are watching. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. If you're watching. As of right now, I don't know that anybody's watching. I'm still pretty new at this. Maybe someday down the line, if I have viewers, they'll come back and they'll be like, "Oh, Ryan, why are you so down on yourself? You do good stuff." And I'll be like, well, you know, at the time, I had no reason to believe that was the case. Awful lofty goals of mine, you know. Anyway. I need more computers. Why did I... What happened there? Oh, a bunch of... Huh. interesting. Part of the AwwScrap mod is when it changes things from scrap to components into scrap, it messes with things. So let's see what happens here. There. See? So it doesn't count as me having built it, which means I cannot get the jump drive built yet. Because the jump drive requires that you have a gravity generator built. Now, what I might decide to do is just grind this down and build a new one, right? And that will make it so I have it in my recipe book and I am able to fix that jump drive that I have back there. So maybe I'll do that and I'll bring you guys back to see how it works. So as I make room for another of those atmospheric thrusters here, I can tell you one of the reasons why this ship is as heavy as it is because it's using heavy armor. Which is, I suppose, smart if you're expecting to get shot a lot. I don't... You know what? Like I said when I started this, I don't know a lot about this game. I think using heavy armor is not recommended for vehicles that are going to be flying around, especially in an atmosphere where they have to fight gravity. So maybe this ship here is doomed for failure if I ever want to have it be something I use to get in and out of a planet with. But, you know, maybe I could just get it up into space once and for all and then have it be a, you know, my space base there. But, you know, in the meantime, I wanted to show y'all where I'm putting these thrusters. So, let's get some plate back out. Let's get a welder. And I'm putting a block there and I want it. Oh, not that one. That one. So, like that. And how can I get a good angle on that one? Maybe like that. Yeah. There. Up, over there, over that. Back over to here. And we can put in our large thruster. Yeah, like that. It's at the same level as these. And once I get back to my base, back to the Highlands Base, I will put a lot more effort into making these look good. Just working on making it functional right now. So, yeah. I'm going to start welding those up. Oh, yeah. I knew what I was doing. I cheated. See, I did it on this side already. But, yeah, I think I've maxed out the current drill, so I'd have to extend it further over that way if I wanted to do anything more snow. I am, as you can hear, there are hydrogen engines going through the ice. Every few moments it pulls less than 1,000. So that's, you know, 46 moments. Not sure what that calculates to. How much is it? 196? I don't know. My generator on the pickup is running as well. We'll see. I'm actually, because of the daylight there, and it's been a little while since the last clip, I am, whoa, over 75%. I was going to say I'm only over, this is great, 76.2. All right, yeah, so the sun, without sunlight, it says I'm going to be fully recharged in 58 minutes. I think I'm going to be able to get these batteries to full pretty soon. So maybe that's what I'll do. I'll finish welding up those atmospheric thrusters, and then I will see about getting this thing mobile again, which I feel is going to mean I have to get rid of those. Maybe I could fly with them. No, I'd rather not. I'd rather just get rid of the extra weight once I'm at fully charged batteries, and then I'll see what I can do. Interesting. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna fix this. We'll fix that, and then I'm gonna use it to fix the other thing. So I'll bring you guys back when I am ready to do the next thing. So I'm building up this gravity generator like I said I was gonna, and hopefully in a moment here it's gonna click and I'll earn that upgrade so I can do the grav gen. But it got me thinking, I have so I can do the jump drive. It got me thinking, I have the gravity components, right? $394.5 of them. That is a lot. I want to see if I get, what do I get when I disassemble one of those? Oh, of course it didn't show it right away. But you know, like one of these, okay, there we go. We get 200 iron ingot, 73 cobalt, 3.3 gold, and 1.6 silver. So, I mean, that's a lot of material. Each one of these, I mean, oh man, look at that. That's 315,000 pounds. Kilograms, sorry. United States, I grew up with pounds. I hate it. I'd rather do kilograms intuitively, but I can't. That is a huge weight. Compared to 16,000 iron ingots, I'm going to do some math and see if maybe it's worth it to break down these gravity components into their parts and then have that, you know, that weight. I mean, look at that. It's 13. I'm going to do some math and then I'll come back and I'll let you know what I find. Well, folks, I know I said I'd do some math, but I think my brain works best when I am approaching a problem and I realize instead of doing math, I can just get an answer. So here I am at the assembler. If I go to its control panel and turn off use conveyor system, alright. Now I also have to go to the programmable block for the Izzy's inventory manager. I just want to turn it off for a moment. Now back to the inventory. Put the... So, in my inventory, one gravity component is 800 kilograms. Let's put it here. Go to production, go to disassembling, and we're going to disassemble one gravity component. Back to the inventory, and here's what we've got. Almost a third of what the whole one worked out to be. So I can cut down my weight by a significant amount by disassembling some of those. Let's see. I have a total of 393 of them. A artificial gravity generator. I have it right here. right there. Let's go to gravity. An artificial gravity generator uses only 6 gravity components. I'm trying to think what else could use gravity components. I know there are certain mods that have things like hover engines use gravity components. Does the safe zone use? Yeah, safe zone uses gravity components, but if I'm a ways away from that, I suppose. The space balls use gravity components, but I don't have a really good use for that. Not yet, at least. Artificial mass, also gravity components. Jump drive, gravity components. Some of the modded stuff that I have in here is also using gravity components. So I don't want to get rid of all of my pieces, cause, well, I wouldn't want to guarantee if I could get them back, you know? But, thinking about it, I'm going to go ahead and disassemble, let's say 300 of them. We go back to control panel for it. We allow use conveyor system on. It'll start pulling them into its inventory and turning them off. And we can go back to our programmable block here for IIM is his inventory manager, and turn it on. So there we go. That's going to start working through those, and yeah, I know it's going to start working through my power as well, but I mean, I'm over 75% charged here. That's great. And they're still recharging. And that's going to lower my weight by quite a bit. And my weight... Oh, I turned that off, right. I didn't... Because I was so high on power level, I did not want to use up all of the hydrogen that I'd gathered. So the hydrogen tanks are in here. So I went ahead and turned off the hydrogen engines. But these guys are only not even 5% full. I wanted to have them available just in case. Now, my plan here is, by the way, I'm going to use the inventory of the pickup to finish welding this one. My goodness, did it take forever for me to weld this one. Even just going that far back and forth, it was, you know, probably good 30 trips to carry all this stuff. So, you know, a lot easier to do one trip with that. But then once I've finished doing that, I'm going to go ahead and take the welder off the front and turn it into a grinder. I will then grind up the pieces of this that I have used to gather the energy, and we'll get going. Oh, and another thing I was gonna do is before I leave, I want to have down here, probably I might even just attach it right to there, a landing gear, so that I can latch to the ground and become stationary without having to turn it back into a station. So, that's my plan. I'll bring you back for the interesting bits. Even using the pickup, I had to make 2 trips to do this. And there it is. Farewell, ice drill. You served me well. Okay, so putting this here may seem silly because the hydrogen thrusters are there, but this is really just for the time being. And by putting it here, I've already heard it locked to the ground. And now I can worry about getting this thing to convert back to a ship from a station. When you convert a ship into a station, sometimes the cubes that surround a block, like the red out or the green outline in this case, sometimes if those are intersecting with the voxels, even though the ship could sit there, because you know its actual hitbox is not the same as its cube, if they're intersecting with the voxels, it doesn't work to transform it back into a ship. So I just got to clear out all of those, including maybe like this little corner right here. And definitely down in here. Can't forget finishing up this. Alright guys, the moment of truth. I should think of a new name for it. Let's just get rid of NPC Atmo. There's that. Okay. Spirit of Lomond. We'll come up with something better. Convert to ship. Okay. No explosions? No explosions? Alright. Wow, looking at it from this perspective, it's a much bigger ship than I thought it was. I don't even know if the three on either side of those large atmosphere thrusters are going to be enough. You know what? I'm going to do some thinking. I'm going to do some thinking and see if I can make a decision. I already did do some things, like I ground out the extra assemblers and the extra refinery. And as much as I like the solar array, I'm gonna... You know what, maybe I'll just go AFK for a little while, let it get up to 100% charged in the batteries, and then I'll take off the solar panels. And you know, taking off in the rain, that's no fun anyway. So I'll bring you guys back for that. Alright, moment of truth, people. All of my atmospheric thrusters are on. Boosting while I'm still attached to the ground gets me on not quite to 46% of my total output. Total of 42 minutes of full upward boost. Alright. I have my hydrogen thrusters off. Those are the 4 main downward hydrogen thrust. So I'm going to turn one of them on and see how quickly that 5% hydrogen runs out. Actually, I suppose what I should do is turn all of them on. My inertia dampeners are attached, and I am unlocking from the ground. Why am I raising? Why am I rising? What is going on with this? Alright, I feel like I have override on one of those things, so... Lock. Oh, what's going on? Alright, V. Okay. Up thrust. What is going on with my hydrogen up? Thrust is off. V. Parachutes. Why are the parachutes? 2 parachutes that are repaired. Closed. Okay. Alright, folks. Looks like I'm flying. I am going to turn off one of the hydrogen thrusters. Turn off 2 hydrogen thrusters. Turn off 3 hydrogen thrusters. Turn off 4 hydrogen thrusters. And I am starting to lose altitude. Quickly, alright. 2, 3. Boost back up. Alright, folks. Yeah, I'm going to leave you for that there for the episode. So, come back next time to see if I can make it back to my base. See you next time on Survival Records.